Oh man, do we have a juicy one here for you guys today. AT&T's CFO, Chief Financial Officer, Pascal, discussing some things at a recent investor conference. And he is claiming that AT&T does not need any spectrum right now. And this would sound crazy because we know that the carriers have been really pushing for additional spectrum to become available for their wireless networks. For those of you that may not know or understand what spectrum is, it's the licenses for wireless airwave operations, like the connections that you have to the cell phone towers, to your cellular devices. The bandwidth broadcasted on those channels and frequencies is what gives you the capability to have capacity access. So downloading files and apps and doing video calls and all those kind of things. It's wireless spectrum bandwidth that allows you to do it. It's no different than your Wi-Fi, right? So this is interesting commentary, and I'm going to tell you guys why this really looks bad. First of all, you have carriers who have been politicking for more spectrum to come to market in the form of auctions and stuff from the FCC. It's been years. But then you get a CFO like DeRoche who comes out and says things like this, and it sounds contradictory, right? Now, for its part, AT&T has purchased a lot of spectrum recently. They bought at the C-band auction. They bought at the 3.45 DoD auction as well. And according to DeRoche, he says that the spectrum propagates much better than we initially thought. So they feel good about it, right? Like that means, okay, they don't have to densify as much and it reaches pretty far and all those things. Now, the terminology here is important. He says, no pressing need for spectrum right now, but that changes in a short time. That changes even in the near term, a year from now, 2 years from now, 3 years from now. There are cities, metropolitan markets, and areas where the amount of spectrum they have today isn't really sufficient if you don't have densification efforts like small cells and C-RAN and, lots of upgrades and densification. And when I mean that, I mean more cell sites. Like, how do you offload traffic is by building more cell sites, getting more users onto different sites, right? Adding sectors and other things that can be leveraged. But it seems interesting because we just listened to AT&T politicking about restructuring the entire 3 gigahertz range, right? CBRS and DoD and C-band, and making it more contiguous and all the mess that could come from that with wireless ISPs and other carriers who are using CBRS already. It's pretty wild, and yes, cable gets involved in this too, and it's pretty messy. And you have the CTIA who's been advocating for a spectrum pipeline and more spectrum and all those things, and then AT&T comes out and says shit like this. See, this is that chicanery and tomfoolery from AT&T. Like, what they're doing here. They're trying to make the investors see that, we're good, we've done everything right, we don't need spectrum, Well, then why the hell would you be gung-ho and aggressive towards Dish going into bankruptcy? Why are you trying to get more DoD? Why are you trying to do this, that, and the third? They're always looking for spectrum. There's never a time where a carrier is not exploring it. This is some kind of a self-serving statement that I think AT&T is trying to make it look like they have executed perfectly and the investor has their money in the right place because AT&T is the best at doing what they do. I completely disagree. They do not have enough spectrum. They are third of 3 companies in terms of the big 3, in terms of 5G network buildouts. They are 3 out of 3 in spectrum deployments. They are 3 out of 3 in basically all of those wireless metrics. They have a lot of catching up to do and a lot of progress that they need to make. And they're going to do that. They're just doing it on their own schedule. So them saying this, I guess it's not really off-brand for them, is it? Let me know what you guys think. Are they right? Are they wrong? Do they have enough spectrum? Do they not? When do they need more? If so, is it now or is it very soon? Or are they good for a while? You let me know. Drop me some comments. Like, share, subscribe. Check out some more videos. We'll see you guys soon on the next one.